Okay guys, I'm gonna do number 11 and number 12. These are kind of new, so I'm gonna make it like a short, like a mini lesson on 11 and 12, but they're pretty much really similar to all the systems of equations that we have been doing. So number 11, we have write a system of linear inequalities that defines the shaded region. Notice that these are linear inequalities and not linear equations anymore. What does that mean? If you look at number 12, we have a system of linear inequalities. What makes them inequalities is their sign here. You have a less than, and here you have a greater than or equal. So when you have those signs, those pretty much represent linear inequalities. So I'm going to show you how to graph linear inequalities. Well, on number 12, how to graph them. And in number 11, how to determine what are the inequalities. And we need 2 for each. So we need one inequality and then a second inequality. We're going to get each one of those using, again, the lines that are given to us. So let's begin with number 11. Okay, so here I have my two graphs. I have the red one, which pretty much it's going to represent the graph which is at the top, and the black one, which represents the one that it's like a dotted line. Okay, so how do we determine these linear inequalities? So the same way that we determine the linear equations. So I'm gonna find the red one first. My y-intercept is at 2. So it's my y-intercept, and my slope, if you notice, is going to be, oh, I get these 2 points. My slope is going to be 1 over 2 up. So the red one, it's going to be y. I'm going to forget right now about the equals or the less than or equals and all of that, and I'm just going to write what I know the inequality is. So y-intercept is 2 plus, and it has a positive slope of 1 over and 2 up. So it's going to be 1 over and 2 up. That's so the only thing that I'm missing here, it's my sign. Is it less than or equal? Is it greater than or equal? And I'll go over that in a second. Now the black line has a y-intercept of -2, and it passes through this point as well. So the black line has my y. Don't forget right now about my symbol because I don't know what it is yet. And I'm gonna finish writing. So it's 2 over and 2 up. It'll be 2 over 2. That's my y-intercept is -2 minus 2. Nice. Now I want to take a look at the shaded region of the graph. Notice that for the blue line here, the shaded region pretty much you can shade above the blue line. So the blue line, if you look at the blue line, the shaded region, it's that way. If you look at the purple line, the shaded region would be pretty much down, everything below the purple line. So everything below the purple line, it's part of what we're going to shade. And everything above the blue line, it's what we're going to shade. And we get an area where we have shades intersecting. So let me show you how that looks on my lines. So I said that everything above the blue line, which pretty much is my black line here, is shaded. So let me shade everything above my black line here. I'm going to shade everything above my black line. And imagine that I keep shading upwards, okay, above my white line, my black line. And now I'm gonna shade everything below my red line, only below the red line. So it'll be a shade like this. I know it looks messy, but this is how we do it. So now if you notice, we have this area right here in between the graphs where the shades intersect. Here we have both black and red, and that's pretty much represented on this graph by just being the purple part. But pretty much when you're graphing equations, this is kind of the product that you get when you do it by hand. And the answer is everything that is shaded that has both black and red, pretty much. So the answer is going to be everything between these two lines. Okay, but it depends on the sign. Now remember that I said the red line, it shades everything below. And below, that represents a less than. If it's below, it represents a less than. So that points that way. For the black line, it was everything above. And shading everything above, that represents a greater than. Greater than. I also want you to take a look that the graphs, one of them it's a solid graph, and the other one it's not solid. It's a dotted line. So the one that is dotted, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. If the line is solid though, you do have to add something to your inequality, and that's going to be the equal part. And this is it. Your inequality, first inequality is y is less than or equals to 2 over 1x plus 2. And your black inequality, it's going to be y greater than 2 over 2x minus 2. If you want to simplify these, you're going to get the top equation to be y less than or equal to 2x plus 2. And the black one to be y greater than x minus 2. And that's it. These are my inequalities.